Hello, traders all around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, and good day once again, regardless of where you're going to watch this probably live stream or recorded one. All right, so today it's 1st of October. No, no. Sorry about that. Today is 1st of February 2026. All right, so quickly, just a sharp analysis, few currency pairs. But before we do that, quickly, and let's not forget this is J1FX right here in the building. All right. Okay, so what are we looking at right here? Let me see. News for the day, Monday, right? No big news that much. We only have the US dollar news right here to watch out for. That's at around 12 p.m. Brazilian time. And on Tuesday, we have a 12:30 during the signal session. All right. We have this news to watch out for as at about 12:30 a.m. in the morning Brazilian time. Hmm. So we need to watch out for this news. And about 1:30, we also have the Reserve Bank of Australia press conference. All right. And then around 12 p.m. in the afternoon Brazilian time, we have a joint jobs opening for the US dollar. That's one important news to watch out for. Still on Tuesday, later on in the evening, we have 6:45 p.m. New Zealand news, right? Yes. On Wednesday, so the most important news we have on Wednesday, which is around 10:15 a.m. in the morning, is the US dollar news that we need to watch out for. All right, and this one too. And that's all for Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we have the GBP news. That's the pounds, right? At 9 in the morning, 9 a.m. in the morning, followed by 9:30 still in the morning, right there. All right. Then after that, we have the euro and the dollar news. Okay. And then it's followed by the euro news again. So we have about like how many of the euro? One, two, and three. Dollar unemployment claims right there around 10:30. Yep, 10:30 a.m. And after about 2:25 p.m., we have the card news. And then later in the evening, Brazilian time still, 7:30 p.m. right here, Reserve Bank of Australia. All right. Friday, finally the big one, right? Card, all right? Card and then the US dollar news. Okay, so what we are expecting. How is it going to affect the dollar? Because for me, I'm still seeing the dollar going to the downside still, right? So that's what I'm looking at on the uh, event news coming up for this week, right? Now back to the market, gold, right? Gold, from the lookout of things, with these movements, so I've been hearing people saying gold crash just because of this candle, so gold crash. Really? Wow, that's interesting. I don't know actually from here, that's about like $5,997 all the way down to let's see 4,000. That's a big one. That's a big one right there. Okay, that's a big one. And then this is the daily, right? So if we go to the monthly time frame, and guys, let's not forget this is the monthly and monthly new candle, new month, right? So I think we're going to see a further drop, okay, from the all right, from the monthly time frame standpoint of view. I'm expecting further drop, all right. Okay, all right. I'm expecting further drop right there. We'll see if that's going to happen. So another thing I want to take a look at is, all right, the measuring of the full body candle, right? Full body, both the wick, and I can see that the market closed below 50% of the full candle. All right here, as you can see, the market closed below. What does that mean? Right, simply means that is a drop. So I believe, all right, the market is going to go down. Okay, the market is going to go. So the market got stopped right here and finally bought to the upside. Before the ending of the week, the market closed below. So this can be considered a very beautiful, lovely um, shooting star, right? All right, but for those that have or know very much about candlestick signals, shooting star is not a reversal candlestick pattern, right? So I am still hoping for further buys in the future, but then we will still see some kind of push to the downside before the buy is going to come, because I still believe the buy is going to come no matter what it takes. All of this area here, there's going to be a battle, and then there's going to be a battle all the way right here too. So all these areas are level of support that market can still push all the way to the upside. So let's not get it twisted, all right? 4 hour time frame right here, you guys can see the market made a low. So after a low, what must come? A high must come. If we go back to the daily, the market did not make any low, all right? The market didn't make any low, including the weekly, all right? So we are still very much at the very much area of a buy, if you ask me. So if this market is going to change from up to the downside, well, I don't know, but so far what I'm still seeing from the daily time frame point of view is that this market is still going to buy, all right? And then even though it made the low right here, okay, structure break, okay, you can see that break of structure, that's a massive one. If for any reason in the future the market tries and do all its thing and close above this, close somewhere here, talking about the break of structure area here, and closes above it, this market is going to go back, right? Gold is still very much on the buy side, if you ask me. Okay, guys. So that's my own personal humble opinion on gold, if you ask. And Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is all the way down. Okay, from the monthly time frame, it is still much of a buy. Yes, much of a buy. But because this area, either we like it or not, still holding for support. All right, this area is still holding for support until this low is taken out. This market is still buy long term. That's what I think. All right. Why right here on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin. All right. So we're just going to mark it right here. So we have this and this and this, and then right here. All right. Okay. So there we go. So that's a Bitcoin weekly time frame right there. So from the lookout of things right here, after a low, a high must come. So the market broke out of consolidation right here, no big deal. All right. So after it made the low, it must make a high. The monthly controls the weekly. Okay. Many months ago, some people said the market is going to drop to 77, right? Yeah, it even dropped to 70. It even dropped to 75,000 right here. So you guys can see right there. So right here, and now it's about to make its way all the way up. All right, so it's still a buy. It's still a buy for me. If you ask me, it's still a buy. Bitcoin is still going up. Okay, it's going to buy, right? Bitcoin is going to buy. I don't know how far it's going to go, but it's still a buy. And then we got the okay right here. Let's draw the movement. So it was the break of structure actually happened somewhere right here before it went up and broke it right here again. So we're just gonna go this extension retracement. We can see the market retrace, huh? Like making lows and highs right here. right here like this and this and this and this, and finally it came down here. All right, so that's the daily. All right, here we go. So after a low, what must come? A high must come. Is that simple, right? Yeah. So it's the buy. So let's be careful. Okay. All right, so we got this right here. I think I might have to draw that again because the market retraced here, you know, extension, retracement, and then we have a next extension here on Bitcoin. So it's going to be on the daily and you go out. So I'm gonna have to take this again because the extension started from here after taking out this low. All right, so the market did this extension, retracement, and then we have extension here, retracement here, and this, and this, and this right here. Okay, so this is what I like to do just to make sure that I have my, you know, and then the market created the internal structure. Okay, the internal structure, short-term trend, as you guys can see here. Okay, all right, there we go. Let's use this color. All right, that's weekly, no, daily. Oh, perfect. There we go. So at this point in time, I'm expecting price to push all the way. Okay, I was expecting price to push all the way to this area. You see the massive breakout, right? That's a beautiful breakout right there. Okay, so this is going to be on the daily only. Yes, yes. So I'm expecting a retest at this level. All right. So this is the displacement candle. So we have a imbalance area right here for market to be filled before it goes down if it wants to continue to go down. Until then, support goes back to retest somewhere around here, anywhere here before it continues to sell. If the sale is going to continue, and that's my take on Bitcoin, right? Okay. Uh, let's see. Now let's go to the dollar index. All right, the dollar index. What do you guys think? Monthly time frame. I always like to start from the monthly. Okay. Okay, this is not supposed to be here. So dollar index. Okay, we have the 12-month supply zone area. Price tapped into it. All right, 12-month supply zone area. So the price tapped into it and then started making this downward movement right here. So at this point in time, we're going to pick out the okay, let's just go all the way up right here, and then this and this, and now we're here. So this is the internal structure of the dollar index, okay, to the downside right here. And remember, we have a past support right inside this internal structure too that went all the way from this upside, you know. So it was like this. All right, so all these highs and lows are very, very important. So this market did all of this, you know, news stuff right here. So I think I'm just going to go all the way. So we have the news that happened here. So let's just forget about this, and then we can just do it in this way. Internal structure, right? And all the way up like this. And we're going to change color to this. Let's make it green so we can see it clearly. All right, here we go. Monthly time frame and YouTube monthly time frame. All right, so here we have. Now let's not forget on dollar index, okay, before this market is going to change this movement, I'm looking at a, okay, so previously we have a high internal structure that was broken here, okay, this lower high here with this massive candle, and the market went all the way up and made a lower higher low. After a higher high, it made a lower high right here. So this candle broke that, okay, broke that lower high right here, and then it sold. But finally we also have we got a buy. We have a lower high, and this market broke it, this candle, and price push all the way to the upside, all right, to keep us, to keep the markets back to the upside. Now before this market is going to change this structure, right, this blue structure that we're looking at right here, this market has to come back all the way down with a strong bearish candle and close, all right, it has to close this low, this higher low you are seeing here. So in the future the market will have to come all the way down, all right, with a strong body candle, close below, all right, just like it did here back in time, all right, close below this higher low right here, okay. And if that should happen right here, then we are certain that this low here, this structure, this blue structure, is going to be terminated and dollar is going to crash. Until then, this market, this blue structure you guys are looking at right now, it's buy, all right. Yes, the market can, you know, pull down for a little while, it can come down, you know, like Trump said, I can make the dollar go up and come down like yo-yo, all right. So it's not a problem. What Trump is fighting for right now, he wants they should cut interest rates, but the chair Powell does not want to, Reserve Bank does not want to cut interest rate. And if they should cut interest rate, you know what that means for the dollar. The dollar is going to go all the way down, 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 down. And if it breaks this yellow line, as you guys can see, like I said, it's going to go down further, probably towards all this area before maybe we're going to see further buys in the future. All right. But for now, from now to May, right, the dollar still looks strong in my own personal humble opinion. Let's not forget that market cannot just drop, you know, all the way down. So the market is going to transition from trend, okay, as you guys can see, and then after it's going to consolidate, and then it's going to push all the way up back again. All right, so let's watch and see. But for this week, looking at the dollar, I can see this is the monthly, right? I can still see a drop. I'm expecting the market to make a low. Yeah, I want to see the market make a low, or probably attempt to make a low. It pushes towards this level, then maybe for any reason it might decide to start going up back again, all right, on the monthly time frame. And if you look at the weekly time frame, we can see some kind of, the market is trending down, also like in a sideways movement too. Yes, we have a lovely, beautiful hanging man right here, right? Now what we are expecting is we want to see price break this gap. Okay, so this was a gap that occurred like on the 19th of this month, weekly time frame, and this one too. So there's a gap. Now what does this gap mean? Remember, we can see right here internal structure, right, before the market gap right at this level. So at this point in time, the gap is a signal of further sell to the downside. So what I want to see is price come to 50% area before, if probably it's going to break and close body candle above this area this week. If that happened, then we are certain for price to push up. Until then, this market is still going to go down, and you know Trump wants it to go down. It doesn't matter for Trump, all right? And here we are, and as you guys can see, the price gap up from here, all right? the market gap all the way up right there to this level, and then it bought and then it sold, and now it's pushing up again. Still, for me, it's still a sell. All right, it's still a sell. Okay, but let's watch and see what's going to happen. Okay, so while you are looking at the US dollar pairs, take into your heart the caution of what is happening on the US dollar index. All right, quickly, GBP USD. So GBP USD is a sell. No, I said sell. No, it's meant to be buy. So GBP USD is a buy. If you ask me, it's still a buy. Okay, it's a buy. We can see the gap too right here, right? So the market gap from here to this level, it bought and then it closed. So at this point, I'm expecting further buys at least to 50% area. In the future, maybe we're going to see further sell. Okay. So for me, this market is still a buy. All right, still a buy. True, the market made a low right here. So we have a lower low, and then the market made high again. What does that mean? It means that this is no longer valid. So we'll just continue to the upside. So the market is still a buy. So we have extension. All right, so it's going to go this way. I'm going to adjust and retracement and extension. All right, you see that? So the blue line is still to the upside. Buy, buy, buy. All right, daily time frame, yes, we have a bearish candlestick pattern. The market made a high. After a high, a low must come. But don't forget, the gap here is still in place. All right, until price close below here, this market is still buy, if you ask me. And this blue line is the strongest, so price is still going to continue to push. Right, the market structure is up, the short-term trend is up, even the inner short-term trend too, they are all up at the same time. All right, Euro USD is the same thing. If you go to Euro USD, I just want to make it quick. It's a short one I want to do. Monthly time frame. All right, if we look at the monthly here, I'm expecting a sell. I mean, further buys at least. That is the law. The market made a high. All right, compared to this high, I'm expecting price to go up, make a new high, then sell, or attempt to make a new high and then sell. All right, that's what I'm expecting, but at least the market should push up first before anything. And this area, it's September 3rd, 2018 monthly high area that the market just break and close above it. I'm expecting further buys to the upside. At least I'll be looking at price coming towards this high area before further sells. Long term, okay, long term, this market is sell. What I don't want to see is the market to break this lower high. If it breaks and close body candle with a strong body above here, believe me, this down market structure, all right, as you guys can see, it's over. So the market is going to retrace, but long term, it's going to continue to push further to the upside. All right. Okay. AUD USD, the same thing. All right. So this week, I'm contemplating buy for this against the dollar. All right. So this is a model time frame right here. That's some bearish rejection right there. From the week standpoint of view, that's some bearish rejection right there. Okay, and it looks like the market is moving sideways somehow. Let's try to see if we can pick it out. All right, here we go. Let's do it like this. All right, so we can see it's trending to the downside, but at the same time I can see some sideways movements. You know, different traders can see different things. So we have support 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this point in time, probably we'll be expecting price to fall to the downside, but you know, I don't think that's going to happen, not yet. The market can still go up. All right, it made a high, so I'm expecting it to make a new high and drop, or attempt to make a new high before it falls down to the downside. All right, so as long as this high stands, okay, as long as previously we have a break of this level and the market drop and went up and make a new lower high. All right, so after the lower high here, it came all the way down, made a lower low, not a lower low, yes, lower low, as a result of the market made a higher low here, and the market broke this and made a lower low here and made a lower high, then made a higher low here and made a higher high before it made a new lower low. So that's a slight consolidation in between right there. Okay, so the high the market must broke, okay, that's to be this lower high. Let's see, let's see. I have to be careful. All right, so I'm trying to find out. Okay, here we go. So lower lows, lower high. So the market have to take out this high, this lower high, which it actually did. As you guys can see, price close above it. Okay, long term, as you guys can see, you can say, oh, this market is still a sell. Well, for me, it's no longer a sell, it's a buy. Okay, but this rejection, it's another story. That rejection, it's another story on the monthly time frame. Okay, so I'm expecting a pullback, but at least first attempt to make a new high or make a new high before it pulls back. So eventually the market is going to retrace when it's ready, all right, to this level. So it can decide to come all the way here. So the market can decide to come all the way to this level and also here. So if it's ready, the market is going to retrace to this level and it's going to continue to the upside. Because right now for me, maybe I'm wrong, but right now for me, I'm expecting still buy. Attempt to make a new high or make a new high before the retracement is going to come and it's going to continue to buy to the upside. All right. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. AUD USD, AUD USD right here. Okay. What else? I just want to take a look at the US pairs, and specifically ones, the specific ones rather, that I have in my heart. All right, so USD JPY, look at it right here on the monthly time frame. So the market transition from a trend and now to a consolidation, as you guys can see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what do you expect? Sell. Well, let's see if the market is going to sell eventually. I don't know. I really don't know with this candle. I really don't have any idea what's going to happen right now from what I'm seeing here. All right, so my Bollinger Band is telling me that we are in a consolidation. The market is moving sideways. That's what the Bollinger Band is also saying to me. All right, here on the weekly time frame, so since it's kind of a little bit difficult to spot exactly what is happening on the monthly time frame, I'll just come to the weekly time frame, and as you guys can see here, let me take out the Bollinger Band. So the market gap, you see that gap already marked it out, and weekly time frame, the market also gap too. You can see there is a gap in between. All right, there's a gap. This area is going to be resistant, here is going to be support. So probably we're going to see price, this weekly time frame is going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. All right, if the yen is not strong, dollar is going to beat it. If the yen is strong, it's going to go down. All right, so normally I'm expecting the market should make a new high All right, after the new high, it's going to go down. All right, that's what I'm expecting on this market. Nothing more, nothing less. I still expect a sell. So maybe towards 50% area down here for this week. Okay. Daily time frame on the other hand, right here. You guys can see right here. So the market gap and then the market sold beautifully in lines engulfing pattern right there. All right. So going for a retest of this swing high to this swing low, 50% area, the gap is going to serve as what? It's going to serve as a resistant area. And then gap is a continuation pattern, all right, chart pattern, all right. So we see the inner structure. What is this inner structure telling us at the time? The inner structure here is telling us that the market is going to go down, okay, on the daily. So once the market is trending with this gap, it's telling us that the market is still going to continue to the downside. That is my own personal humble opinion. So if you like it, what I'm sharing with you, please feel free to, share your thought and like and share with others. All right. Okay. And this is where I'm going to draw the curtain for tonight, according to my own time. Tomorrow, we're going to meet up again to continue the analysis with other currency pairs. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you, and catch you next in my next live stream. All right. This is Jayvan FX, keeping it real with you guys, and you want to have a nice time and nice trading day. Bye bye and ciao for now.